On the surface, Liam Spencer has always been the golden boy, smart, charismatic, loyal to a fault. But under the glitz and camera flashes of a high-profile fashion shoot, something is breaking down. Literally. Behind the scenes, away from the lights and designers, Liam collapses, his body giving out with no warning, his mind clouded by unexplained dizziness that's been haunting him for weeks. It's not a one-time thing. It's not just stress. Something deeper is wrong. Hope Logan sees it first. She's there. She catches him just before he hits the floor, panic rising in her voice as she calls for help. She begs him, pleads with him to stop hiding it. But Liam, ever the prideful man, won't admit the truth, not yet. He tells her it's just fatigue, maybe dehydration, maybe too much work. But Hope's not buying it. She sees the fear behind his eyes. She knows something's off, something he's terrified to say out loud. He won't admit it because he doesn't want to be a burden. He doesn't want the world to see him as weak. He doesn't want to be pitted or sidelined. But the truth is bigger than pride, and it's coming for him whether he likes it or not. Enter Dr. Lee Finnegan. When Hope forces Liam into a full medical evaluation, Lee steps in. She's calm, thorough, professional, until she sees the scans. That's when everything changes. At first, she thinks the problem is neurological. A brain tumor, maybe? And yes, there's a small mass. But that's not the real threat. The real horror lies deeper, in Liam's chest. Lee's voice drops as she delivers the news. Liam has a rare, hereditary heart condition. It's genetic. It's aggressive. And it's life-threatening. The shock hits like a sledgehammer. Liam doesn't understand. No one in his family ever talked about heart problems, but Lee is firm. It's there. It's progressing. And if they don't act soon, he could collapse again, next time permanently. Suddenly, everything spirals. This isn't just about Liam anymore. It's about his bloodline. This condition didn't come out of nowhere. It came from somewhere. And that means the Spencer family has a medical secret buried deep in its DNA. Bill Spencer is blindsided. He doesn't want to believe it. But the facts are undeniable. The Spencers are now forced to confront their past, their genetics, and the truth about the men in their family. Liam's condition triggers a full-blown health investigation across the Spencer and Forrester clans as Lee urgently searches for compatible donors and family history data that might save Liam's life. But there's more. The heart condition isn't just a ticking clock, it's a wedge driving deeper into Liam's relationships. Hope becomes consumed with worry, trying to take care of him, trying to convince him to take the next steps toward treatment. But Liam, always the stoic hero, refuses to sit still. He doesn't want to be fussed over. He doesn't want anyone to change how they see him. And then there's Thomas. Thomas Forrester has never really backed down where Hope is concerned. And with Liam now ill, vulnerable, exposed, Thomas sees an opportunity. He begins circling again. Not overtly, not cruelly, but persistently. He offers Hope comfort, stability, a listening ear, someone healthy, someone strong, someone not afraid to fight for her now that Liam is pulling away. Hope is caught in a whirlwind. Her loyalty to Liam clashes with the terrifying reality that he might not have much time. She wants to be there for him. She loves him. But love isn't always enough, especially when Liam himself is shutting her out. Thomas, meanwhile, plays the long game. He positions himself as the anchor Hope needs, all while quietly fueling Liam's insecurity and pride. Liam sees it. He watches the way Thomas looks at her, the way Hope doesn't pull away as much as she used to. And that eats at him. His heart condition becomes more than physical, it becomes symbolic. He feels broken, lesser, like he's already losing, Not just his life, but everything that makes life worth fighting for. Meanwhile, Lee is racing against time. The clock is ticking, and Liam needs a donor fast. The rare nature of the condition means they can't just rely on general donation registries. They need a genetic match. That means family. That means testing everyone. Bill, Wyatt. Even the Forresters, who may share distant ties due to past connections no one's eager to revisit. As the medical crisis deepens, so does the emotional war. Ridge Forrester steps in, concerned about his daughter Hope and the instability growing in her life. He warns her about Thomas. He warns her about getting sucked back into a dynamic that once destroyed her. But Hope pushes back. She says Thomas has changed. That maybe this time, things are different. Brooke Logan, on the other hand, sees things more clearly. She sees her daughter torn between a man who may be dying and another who may be manipulating. She sees the entire situation as a powder keg, ready to blow. And through it all, Liam's condition worsens. He has another episode, this time more severe. He collapses again, not behind the scenes, but in the middle of a meeting at Spencer Publications. Emergency services are called. Bill rides with him in the ambulance, the gravity of his son's condition finally crashing down on him. At the hospital, Lee delivers the latest blow. Without a transplant or a rare genetic therapy currently under experimental trial, Liam won't make it. They're out of time. In that moment, Bill finally breaks. He vows to do whatever it takes, donate if he can, pay off research teams, fund a miracle. Anything, but there's no guarantee. The reality is cold. The reality is cruel. And the reality is that Liam may not live long enough to see any of it succeed. As Liam lies in a hospital bed, struggling to breathe, Hope stays by his side. She whispers promises. She holds his hand. She tells him she's not going anywhere. But when he wakes, he tells her something she didn't expect. He wants her to move on if he doesn't make it. He doesn't want her to waste her life clinging to his. He doesn't want her to hurt. Hope can't process it. She's not ready to let go. Not of Liam. Not of the family they built. But Thomas is still there. Waiting. Watching. Offering to help. Offering to protect her and the children if it comes to that. And Hope begins to feel the pull. Between guilt and loyalty. Between love and fear. Between the past and a future that may never come. The Forrester and Spencer families gather. Old wounds reopen. Accusations fly. Secrets are exposed. The rare heart condition forces them all to face uncomfortable truths. Marriages are strained. Alliances are tested. And everyone must confront the terrifying possibility that one of the show's central characters may not survive. As June moves forward, the bold and the beautiful isn't just telling a story about illness. It's telling a story about pride, vulnerability, legacy, and love under siege. Liam's medical condition becomes the trigger that reignites every dormant feud, every fragile bond, every unresolved emotion. And while doctors search for a cure, while Hope battles her heart, and while Thomas patiently waits for the door to open, the question looms, will Liam survive long enough to fight for what matters, or is this the beginning of the end? The answer may change everything. As Liam's condition worsens, the atmosphere at the hospital becomes suffocating. Machines beep steadily beside his bed, reminders of how close to the edge he is walking. His body is frail, but his will remains strong. Perhaps too strong. He insists on being involved in every decision, refuses sedation, and continues to push away those who love him most. Hope sits beside him every night, refusing to leave, but she's burning out. She's terrified of watching him fade away, and even more terrified that she'll have to decide when to let go. Lee continues the search for a genetic match. She works around the clock, coordinating with specialists, digging into old records, even looking at long-forgotten branches of the Spencer and Forrester family trees. That's when she uncovers something shocking. Someone outside the known family network might carry the gene. A relative nobody's talked about in decades. A secret child. A potential donor. Whispers begin to circulate. Did Bill father another child years ago? Is there a sibling out there who could save Liam's life? Brooke and Ridge demand answers. Wyatt begins investigating on his own. And Katie Logan, once close with Bill, starts asking uncomfortable questions about their past. What unfolds is a fresh scandal. A woman from Bill's past contacts the hospital anonymously after a media leak, claiming her adult son may be the match they're looking for. She won't come forward unless Bill agrees to meet privately, without lawyers or press. Lee confirms the boy is indeed a potential genetic match. Suddenly, Liam's future rests in the hands of someone he's never met. Bill is skeptical, reluctant, even hostile at first. He doesn't like being blindsided. But time is running out. He agrees to meet. The scene is tense. The woman, Christine, walks into his office with her son, Nathan. Nathan is in his mid-20s, quiet, intense, and looks eerily like a young Bill. A quick test confirms it. He's a biological match, and likely the only one. Bill is floored. Another son. A lifetime of lies. But none of that matters right now. Liam needs him. Nathan agrees to donate, but on one condition. He wants nothing to do with the Spencer legacy. No money, no name, no inheritance. He wants the transplant done and then to disappear. Bill, humbled and desperate, agrees. Lee schedules the procedure within hours. Meanwhile, Hope is unraveling. She sees how close Liam is to death and feels the pressure of unfinished conversations, unresolved feelings. She tells Liam she loves him. She tells him she never stopped. But Liam, pale and fighting to stay conscious, tells her to be strong without him. He whispers Thomas's name. He tells her it's okay if she ends up with him. That all he wants is for her to be happy even if it's not with him. Hope breaks down. Outside the hospital room, Thomas waits. He wants to be there for Hope, but he respects the space she needs. Still, the moment Liam told Hope to move on, a door cracked open. Thomas doesn't gloat. He doesn't manipulate. But he doesn't walk away either. And Hope starts leaning on him more and more. The transplant day arrives. The hospital is tense. Liam is wheeled into surgery. Hope kisses his forehead. Bill stands beside Nathan, watching him disappear down a corridor to save the half-brother he's never known. Lee is in charge. She won't let him die on her watch. The operation is long, complicated. The heart condition has caused extensive damage, and the tumor in Liam's brain complicates the anesthesia. But after nearly 12 hours, the surgery is complete. Liam survives. He's unconscious, fragile, but alive. Hope sobs in Bill's arms. Bill, for once, shows genuine emotion. No bravado, no cold sarcasm, just raw relief. Lee calls it a miracle. Nathan leaves quietly, true to his word. But not before giving Liam a glance through the glass, one long, unreadable stare. Then he's gone. Liam's recovery is slow, painful, but with Hope at his side, he starts to fight again. The walls come down. He opens up. He apologizes for everything. For pushing her away, for hiding his illness, for not trusting her with the truth. Hope listens. She forgives. But she doesn't give answers. She's torn. Thomas is still there. Still helping. Still being everything Liam wasn't during the dark times. And Hope begins to wonder if love built on comfort and honesty can outweigh love rooted in history and heartbreak. The Forrester and Spencer families begin to mend, bit by bit. Bill tries to reach out to Nathan again, but Nathan declines. Lee continues researching the genetic heart defect, determined to prevent this from happening to any future generation. Wyatt steps up to help at Spencer Publications while Liam recovers, and Ridge and Brooke find themselves acting as peacemakers more than ever before. Then comes the twist. Weeks after the surgery, Liam begins experiencing headaches again. Minor at first, dismissed as side effects. But Lee orders a new scan, just in case. The results: the tumor has grown. Aggressively. And this time, it's inoperable. The news hits like a second avalanche. After all they've fought through, the transplant, the recovery, the emotional reckoning, they're back in the dark. Liam, aware of the diagnosis, doesn't panic. He's changed. He's calmer now. More accepting. He tells Hope she has a decision to make, not because time is running out, but because life isn't guaranteed. Not for him. Not for anyone. He wants her to be honest with herself. Hope turns to Thomas. She sees in him a man who waited without pushing, supported without strings, and still loves her. But when she looks at Liam, she sees a man who gave everything he had and now asks for nothing but her peace. The triangle reignites, not with screaming or betrayal, but with soul-deep conflict. Hope must decide who she is, not just who she loves. Because this time, it isn't about choosing between two men. It's about choosing a life. As the bold and the beautiful marches forward, Liam's fate remains uncertain. Love, loss, legacy, and healing all hang in the balance. And while medicine can fix a heart, no one can repair a soul except the person who owns it.